In this video, I will be making a full Namecheap web hosting review. And after watching this video, you will be able to make up your mind if Namecheap web hosting is good for your website hosting needs. I hosted a website with Namecheap for the first time in 2015 and it was a client's website. Between 2015 and 2022, I have hosted an additional 4 different websites and currently I have 3 websites running and hosted on Namecheap. So, you will be hearing real-time information and real experience from a Namecheap user. Apart from Namecheap, I also use other web hosting services, specifically HostGator, Hostinger, Bluehost, and GoDaddy, amongst several others. Although I will be zeroing this video on Namecheap, but I will be in good position to compare how Namecheap is faring among other host providers and clear your doubts. And at the end of this video, you will be able to easily make up your mind if Namecheap is worth your patronage or not. So, without any further ado, let's get started. And by the way, if you need more information like this, then subscribe to this channel. Namecheap is by distance the cheapest web hosting service that I know that combines cheap domain names and hosting with very quality service for such prices. Currently, I manage 3 websites for my clients that are hosted on Namecheap. So, I am talking from a first-hand experience. I attached a short link to Namecheap in the description below this video. You can click it to check up on all the information I will be showing you in this video. I will focus this review on 12 important features that you should consider before making up your mind to host your website with an hosting provider. So, let's quickly review these 12 hosting features right away. As at the last time I checked, Namecheap has over 11 million customers and they host over 3 million domain names. In the online world, one of our biggest guarantees is the concept of number. When a company has few users, customers or subscribers, it can be a red flag or at least an indicator that you should be careful before using them. But for a company with over 11 million active customers, you can be sure that this vast number of people could not have been there for nothing. Like I said, I have 4 different websites currently hosted on Namecheap, 3 for my clients and 1 for me. So, I know why the other 11 million customers are also patronizing Namecheap. And this number can actually serve as a guarantee to give Namecheap a try. Namecheap has been in the domain hosting business since the year 2000, although they originally began as a domain registrar and their success led them to broaden their service, which now include hosting. So, a company that has been in business for over 20 years is one you are guaranteed is not there to joke. I believe that pricing is one of the strongest indicators to make up your mind about which web hosting to go for. But again, if you are the careful type, you will also be skeptical about cheap web hosting because you want to be sure that it will not be an utter waste of money to patronize a cheap product with a worthless service delivery. In my opinion, this is where Namecheap absolutely stands out. Now, do not get me wrong. Namecheap is not necessarily the best web hosting service on the internet. There are several expensive web hosting services that do much better than Namecheap. But if you don't have a big budget and yet you're looking for a cheap web host that will guarantee a top-notch service, then just go for Namecheap. Namecheap's cheapest option, which they call the Stellar, go for as low as $2 per month. Do as a culture. I always prefer to go for the Stellar Plus plan, which is just about $3 per month and just less than $40 per year. They also have a $4.80 per month plan, which is the biggest plan for their shared hosting plans. Confirm these prices on Namecheap by using the short link I attached in the description below this video. I am here to see any reliable web hosting service that has stayed long in the web hosting business that has a plan this cheap. I guess that this is where the name Namecheap came from. If you are already happy with this fact, then that's not even all because even for this cheap plan, Namecheap offer amazing features that the more expensive basic plans of most other web hosting companies do not offer. For example, the Namecheap bare minimum plan, which is the Stellar plan, has unmetered bandwidth for just between $2 and $4 depending on which of the shared plan you're going for. You almost will not find any other web hosting service offer you unmetered bandwidth for their basic plans, even with the fact that these basic plans are much more expensive than Namecheap. You will only know the importance of bandwidth as your small website begins to grow. This particular point naturally takes me to the next reason. Most web hosting companies make their money from upsells. For example, they may offer you a cheap web hosting for a certain bandwidth, which you may not have taken note of. Then when your website begins to grow and you begin to notice poor performance, this web hosting service will bully you into upgrading your bandwidth so you can improve your website performance. That is a typical example of an upsell. Namecheap is not known for this. Rather, Namecheap is more popular in providing affordable pricing plan that will give you exactly what you need. Just like I already mentioned about how they offer unlimited bandwidth plan for as cheap as $2. What is uptime in web hosting? The easiest way to explain what uptime is in simple terms is to explain the opposite of uptime, which is a downtime. Simply put, a downtime explains the number of times a website spends offline. Sometimes, you log into a website and for no good reason, the website is not just available. That is what a downtime is. Obviously, the more downtime that your website experiences, the more web visitors and customers that you may lose. Before you sign up with Namecheap, they will give you a 100% service level agreement for uptime. According to these terms, if a 100% is not achieved, then you have the right to get your money back. Personally, from my Namecheap 5 years experience, I can't remember ever having a downtime at any time that I could attribute to my hosting. But now, of course, a 100% promise is a huge one, and that promise is more of a customer care thing. But in practical, I know that Namecheap uptime beats the 99% mark. And in any ways, if anything catastrophic happens, you can be sure that they will keep their terms of agreement, even though I doubt if such will ever happen at all. This also should lead me to my next point. I've watched some Namecheap reviews where some people just assume that the cheap prices of Namecheap should automatically mean poor service delivery. That's a careless assumption for a company that has been in business for over 21 years. Anyways, you don't even have to worry much because Namecheap will refund your money if within the first 30 days of sign up, you feel that you are not satisfied with their service. How about that? Also, within the 30 days, you can also decide to switch between hosting plans just if you feel that the current plan you are on is not the best for you. With all Namecheap plans, you will get a free SSL certificate for the first year, just as most other web hosts offer. SSL is a digital certificate that authenticates a website identity and enables an encrypted connection. Google and indeed other search engines are very serious with websites having SSL active on them, which are always seen as a closed padlock icon just in front of the website URL. Even though I am a strong advocate for personally backing up your own website, but another very strong point that Namecheap has is that they offer a free website backup to their customers. You will get your files back up twice every week, unlike what most other web hosts offer, which is one backup per week, and that is if they do at all. And that's even for those who provide these features for free. On many other hosts, you will have to pay separately for this service. Free custom email is another reason why Namecheap has been patronized so much. I know of many web hosts that will manage to give you just one free custom email. Some don't even have a single free email for you. If you need, you will have to buy as a different package. But guess what? Namecheap gives you 30 custom emails even for the basic plan. I think 30 free custom emails is a huge bonus, not to mention other plans on Namecheap that offer you unlimited emails. Let me quickly add here that Namecheap generously offers 30 MySQL databases. Most other web hosting services offer much less than that, even for a higher hosting cost. This feature is particularly interesting if you want to have a business website and maybe a personal website. The basic Namecheap hosting plan allows you to host 3 websites on it. This is a huge step up from the single website hosting that most services provide with their cheapest plans. So, Namecheap allows you host 3 websites on their cheapest hosting plan, and most other higher plans gives you unlimited access. To be sincere, this used to be my biggest fears when I wanted to patronize Namecheap for the first time. I have always nursed this idea that a web host that will guarantee speed has to be expensive, or even that a shared hosting option won't work out, especially for a web hosting plan as cheap as Namecheap. But I have a different idea now. To be sincere, Namecheap is not the fastest service online, but their average load speed of about 458 milliseconds is good enough to put you in the good books of Google. Nobody wants a website that takes 6 seconds to load. But from my experience with Namecheap, if your web pages are well designed and your codes and media files are not interfering with your site speed, then Namecheap makes Google number, which is about 2 seconds load speed, very attainable. Customer support is another underrated factor when considering which web hosting service to go for. If you have ever discussed with a Namecheap user before, then I am sure that even the strongest opponents of Namecheap will agree with you that they have a very prompt and active customer support. You can do a quick check by clicking the Namecheap link in the description below this video and just check up on Namecheap support. They will give you a response in a matter of seconds. Truth be told, this is one area where Namecheap has really improved, because before now it wasn't this good. But over the years, Namecheap has been able to make a lot of improvements on their online support, which include live chats, emails, and articles. As for live calls, I don't think Namecheap even has that going at all. But you won't always have need that their live support or email will not be able to fix. By the way, you can sign up with Namecheap using the short link I attached in the description below this video. I also pinned the link in the comment section. You can also check through, as I have added other Namecheap tutorials that will help you quickly get started on Namecheap. So, what are the different web hosting plans that you can go for on Namecheap? Number 1. Shared hosting plan. The shared hosting plan is always the cheapest plan to host your website, and just like I already mentioned, Namecheap shared hosting amazingly combines affordability with a bumper and quality service for such low prices. Namecheap shared hosting come in 3 different packages. All the 3 shared hosting packages come with unmetered bandwidth, free web builder, free automatic SSL installation and domain name and privacy protection, free CDN and website migration. The Stellar plan. The Stellar plan, which is the cheapest, also come along with 20 gig SSD and 30 domain-based emails, and it currently goes for $2.18 per month. You can either opt in for the monthly billing or you can be billed annually. The Stellar Plus, which is my favorite, goes for $2.98 per month with unlimited website hosting, unmetered SSD, unlimited emails and automatic backup. The biggest of the shared hosting plan, the Stellar Business, go for $4.98 and offers even much more than the Stellar Plus does. Always note that you can either opt in for the monthly subscription plans, which for me is too inconvenient, or just go for the yearly or even a 2-year plan, which come even much more cheaper. If you think you need even bigger web hosting option, or you're thinking of making passive income, then you should consider the Namecheap reseller hosting. I will release videos on how to make money with the reseller plan in my subsequent videos, so make sure you are subscribed to this channel so you get to know when I release them. Namecheap reseller hosting plan also come in 3 forms: the Nebula, Galaxy Expert, and the Universal Pro. The next web hosting plan that Namecheap offer is the Namecheap WordPress hosting. WordPress hosting is dedicated to WordPress content management system only, unlike other web hosting plans that allow both WordPress or any other CMS. The 3 options available for WordPress hosting on Namecheap are the EasyWP Starter, the EasyWP Turbo, and EasyWP Supersonic. Again, I will release more videos about these options. If you are subscribed, you will get the notification when I release them. But always remember that you can always upgrade your hosting plans whenever you want to do so. The shared hosting will just be good for you to begin, and I know that any one of these shared hosting plans will meet your need if you are planning a small to a medium-sized website. If you want to consider other cheap web hosting services apart from Namecheap, then check the link below as I have linked other very cheap and reliable web hosting services there. If you want to sign up with Namecheap, then use the short link I added in the description below, and you can also sign up with the other cheap services I added if you are looking for another cheap web hosting service apart from Namecheap. Let me know if you have any question or comments, or there is something you want me to create a video about, and I will gladly oblige. Please like this video, and if you haven't yet, then subscribe to this channel and turn on the alert notification so you get to know when I release my next videos. Thank you.